we don't have to choose between A and B because there exists a perfect option C. The problem is, in an overwhelming majority of instances, there is no perfect option C. Therefore, there has to be a debate between A and B. And that's what I'm saying here. Like, the reason why we don't want to write about perfect option C is because if there was a way to ultimately benefit both parties, then why are we having this discussion?
So that means you do not just dismiss the controversy or the argument.
No,
Like,
not
the
that
question
you don't,
suggests.
not that you don't just dismiss it, you embrace the controversy. That is exactly what the GP essay is supposed to be about. It's about taking a side in the controversy and then giving arguments for your side, looking at the other side and then explaining to me why the other side is like wrong
bullshit.
or inferior or bullshit or has certain valid points but has limitations, that sort of thing. Controversy is what this whole thing is about. Like, debate. There can be no debate if there has to be no debate. You see what I mean, right? And GP essays are written debates. So this is the problem with coming up with a third perfect option C. It's something you can, like, at best you can do it in your conclusion, but your whole body has to be about comparatives. And then in your conclusion you can bring up like certain other yardsticks, evaluate like the positives and negatives of your third option C, and then you have to realize that even if your third option C exists, your third option C probably still has some trade-offs involved. And if you're going to be like ending up with some sort of trade-off anyway, then you might as well first deal with the trade-offs that the question wants you to examine, then deal with trade-offs that come from your own solutions to the problem.
Right.
So, given this,
There's someone called me on
Ryan,
my
how
team.
would you rephrase this intro if you
There's
wanted to
someone called L on
actually
my team.
embrace the controversy and pick a stand?
It's
Also,
fine.
claims don't have premises, like, the best possible way to utilize these resources is to fund welfare schemes that ultimately benefit both parties. I'm not even sure if this is a claim. Like, this is a truism. The best possible way to utilize resources anywhere is to make sure that you ultimately benefit everyone who's involved. But the whole debate is about who should we benefit more? Who should we prioritize? So, like, there is no argument here at all. Now, I can tell that like your body paragraphs actually have arguments there, because like one argument as to why the government should direct resources to the young, and then you say like this is why we should pick one side over the other, and then like all that's fine. But you remember what GP teachers say about how like they read your intro and then they decide, or rather they form an opinion of like what sort of marks your essay is going to get based on the sort of
General
arguments that
gauge,
you
general
promised to.
gauge.
Yeah. So
So
I'm not
basically,
even.
Hey.
intro doesn't even have a thesis to begin with, right?
His intro is extremely non-argumentative. He's avoiding the controversy.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So from that, he's probably gonna get kept.
yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay. Let's do the first.
Hey, Lamar.
One argument is that
Okay.
the government should direct resources to the welfare of the young to raise productivity so as to allow for economic growth, such that there are more available resources for welfare. Okay. These productivity boosting welfare schemes should be the nature of boosting the young skills, should be of the nature of boosting the young skills. Language is very, very clunky. Like, if you find yourself reusing the same word in like within 5 other words of each other, there's probably a problem there. Like, should be of the nature of boosting the young skills so that they can contribute to the economy. An example of a welfare scheme that boosts productivity is Skills Future SG. Skills Future even for young people.
25
25 and
onwards.
above.
25 and above, yeah.
Quite young people.
It depends on how you define young. It depends on how you define young.
An example of a welfare scheme that boosts productivity is Skills Future SG, a scheme where every Singaporean upon reaching the age of 18, well, we have a content issue there, is given a credit of $100 to sign up for a variety of courses that teach certain skills that help with specific fields of employment. The sentences are way too long. Having this scheme available to the working population allows workers to learn special skills without the extra burden of having to pay for the course themselves. The learned skills from the courses then goes on to allow them to be better at their jobs, boosting their productivity and facilitating economic growth, allowing the nation to be more prosperous and gain more resources, such that this trade-off does not need to happen due to there being, oh my god. Dude,
What the shit?
full stops are your friend. Full stops are your best fucking friend. Use them everywhere.
Lamar.
That's the same
I really fucking harassed out in this asshole.
I'm not even kidding you. Like, if I was a GP teacher and I had marked 240 scripts and then I read this, like, I would literally just give up on the sentence and not read it at all.
So in other words, you fail this guy. Okay, I mean,
I
not
am
that
so
bad.
tempted to fail this guy. And that
Actually-
itself already is half the battle lost. Like, your essay argumentatively might be perfectly fine, but if you're pissed off your marker, you haven't, like, things aren't going well for you.
Actually, if your handwriting is ugly, would you piss off your marker?
Definitely.
Considerably less.
Oh
Like,
really?
because markers know that people don't have as much control over their handwriting. Some people just have fucking gorgeous handwriting like me, and some people don't. And like, markers aren't
Like
stupid.
Jenny.
They know that markers know that that's not your fault. But what markers do know is that terrible writing is your fault, and therefore it is perfectly justified for them to get pissed off at terrible writing.
No, cause I was consulting my GP tutor just now. Then he was saying like for all papers who are impression based, like arts papers and GP papers, handwriting plays quite an important role.
Nah, like, it's a very uncharitable way of looking at markers. No lah. I think GP teachers just outplay the importance of good handwriting to scare people into practicing their writing and improving it. But like, realistically, it definitely won't be your handwriting, especially not for this essay, that's pulling your marks down. Like,
About this essay, oh my
I
god.
have way bigger problems with this essay than, like, I mean, and it's typewritten. Like,
Oh my goodness, oh.
So hard.
Shots were fired.
yeah.
Okay, no, I think my hint is done.
Funding welfare schemes that boost the productivity of the young can ultimately benefit both parties. Okay, well, where's the argument then? Like, where's the argument that we should do this and we should not do this?
Oh, it's arguing that young is better than old because young will eventually lead to old being better. So you don't really have to spend on the old that much.
Okay, but the
And-
way you started this paragraph made it seem as though this was your antithesis claim. Like, is this your stand or is this a critics may say stand?
Like, he doesn't really have a stand because his stand is that we should spend on things
Oh
on
yeah, that's
things
true.
that help
This-
both,
this
which makes no
essay is
sense.
not argumentative, I forgot. However, in order to make sure this funding of welfare schemes for the young achieves the outcome of benefit for both the young and the old... Hold on. However, in order to make sure this funding of welfare schemes for the young achieves the outcome of benefit for both the young and the old, largely depends... What? This sentence is not only wrong, but also ungrammatical. Largely depends on the nature of the schemes funded. Okay, even then though, with regard to your first paragraph, like that argument there, your argument is making the claim that there is no trade-off. You're saying that if we help the young, we can help both the young and the old, therefore everybody's happy, therefore I don't need to make an argument because there's no trade-off between the two. But it's very intuitively obvious to me that, like, the trade-off here is time, right? Like, giving money to the young so that the young will eventually become more productive, so that, like, it will grow up to be a greater source of tax revenue so that we can help the old in the future. The trade-off here is obviously time. Like, in the short run, there'll be old people who are dying and dead. And by the time these young people, whom we have spent so much money on, are like 35 or 40 or well in their careers, and by the time they're actually a suitable enough tax revenue, the old people whom you wanted to help, like when you said you wanted to benefit both parties, many of those old people would also be dead. So if you're making an argument for which there's a very, very obvious rebuttal, then there are problems to this. Did you even realize that there was this obvious rebuttal to this argument? Like, surely the short run, long run issue should have occurred to you at some point when you're writing this paragraph. So, I'm not to say that you shouldn't deal with arguments where there are very obvious rebuttals. But, like, if there is such an obvious rebuttal, what you need to do is you need to acknowledge that it exists and then, like, find some way of responding to it. Otherwise, like, your marker will just write down something there, like, but what about the short term, question mark? And then, like, based on that, they just won't put any ticks in this paragraph. Okay, however, in order to make sure this funding of welfare schemes for both the young and the old achieves the outcome of benefit for both the young and the old, largely depends on the nature of welfare schemes funded. If a country's government were to find welfare schemes of the other less useful natures, fund, right? You meant fund. You wrote find. Third paragraph, line 4. Fund welfare schemes of the other less useful natures, then the outcome could be exactly the opposite. For example, many countries have a welfare scheme termed unemployment benefits. Well, what's the need for the quotation mark? Like, many countries have a welfare scheme termed unemployment benefits. Like, this
Isn't unemployment benefits like a legit term?
No, like, I mean, it's a very general term. Why are you putting it in inverted commas? That's like saying, for example, many governments have a department called the Ministry of Education. Like, duh, obviously all governments have a department called the Ministry of Education. There's no need to put it in inverted commas.
I know in America.
It's called the DOE there, and it's actually a lot more legit than you think. The problem is the DOE gets fucked over by a whole bunch of other... It's not that the Department of Education is themselves useless. It's that they've got a whole bunch of lobbies that they have to fight with, which hamper like the things they can do. You should read up on the American education system. A lot of things there.
JD, your department.
You must remember, like, for all the shit that America gets about its education, right? A lot of the world's leading universities are also in America. The Ivy Leagues are all there, that sort of thing. So, like, don't be very quick to diss American education. For example, many countries have unemployment benefits. These schemes are centered around the provision of money to the
I don't have a bank guy at this point in
buy
time.
daily necessities and not go hungry during the interim period. Like, why are you writing all these things? Like, isn't it very obvious that that's what unemployment benefits are for? Okay, while this seems like a noble scheme, some countries put so much money into this scheme that to many people in the country it is more lucrative for them to remain unemployed and to continue claiming the unemployment benefits either due to the low wage of their jobs or the presence of a low income.
Wait, how does that have to do with the argument? With the question?
Never mind that, like...
It's already sounding like a ridiculously long sentence.
First of all, the sentence is ridiculously long. Second, the sentence is a ridiculously long platitude. Like, obviously that's what unemployment benefits are. This is starting to sound super patronizing. Like, you're writing for a literal 2-year-old. Don't do that. What else? What other problems are there with this sentence? You know, you could have just, like, expressed this entire chunk of, like, 5 lines by saying, in many countries, unemployment benefits are excessive to the point of discouraging work.
So that's
Discouraging
it, right?
hard work. Like, that's
That's it,
literally
right?
that's literally just like 8 words, and those are 8 platitudinous words, but like, at least if you think that this point has to be made, then make it very, very quickly and move on. There's really no point in writing this entire chunk of things, especially when there are things that actually need to be written but aren't. Continue to claim unemployment benefits due to low wage of their jobs or the presence of low of income that comes even with like, anyone who's even remotely aware of like the issue
Mahin,
of
you're breaking up.
unemployment.
You're breaking up.
Better now?
Yeah, better.
Okay, anyone who's even remotely aware of the issue of unemployment, and trust me, a GP marker in Cambridge is going to be very, very aware, he's going to know exactly what unemployment benefits are, and they're going to know the entire dimension of the debate over unemployment. They are very, very familiar with like the controversy over how unemployment discourages work, that sort of thing. So,
Okay.
like, you're writing for people who are very, very aware of these debates, and you need to convince these people. So if you're introducing these debates to them, instead of like actually making the arguments, then like your marks are going to go down.
Okay, so the thing is, the one issue I have with like the platitudinous statement is that I seem to recall one time asking some teacher or other about how much clarity we need in our arguments, like how to what extent do we need to spell everything out? And the answer was something along the lines of spell out everything as much as we can, which is why I tend to write a lot of platitudes in my essay, I think.
Right. So you see, clarity is very, very different from platitudes. When you want clarity, the place where you want to be clear is in your argument. So basically what I mean is, arguments are claims premises, right?
Oh my,
So
not
you want to
again.
demonstrate
Oh,
how
they
the
can't suspect me.
premises lead to the claim. What you don't need to demonstrate are like definitions of what unemployment benefits are. You do realize that like if it is argumentative, then you want to spell things out. If it's not argumentative, like if you're spelling things out, then you're probably just doing really stupid things like writing writing 5 sentences that can be very clearly expressed in one line. So like remember that line I gave you, right? In many countries, unemployment benefits are so excessive that they discourage hard work. Like, is there anything unclear about this sentence?
No.
Nothing, right? Like the whole thing is perfectly
I have how it discourages hard work, but by your logic it should be understandable.
It does like leave out details on what hard work is, but that's what the argument is about proving, isn't it? Like in that argument, you're supposed to prove like what is hard work and how much of unemployment benefits corroborates to how much of a decrease in hard work. So that's not a problem there. But the sentence in itself is perfectly clear, and it does spell everything out. It just does that very, very efficiently, lah. Okay, let's continue.
Okay, so basically that kind of level of clarity is sufficient.
That's not a kind of level of clarity. That is 100% clear. Like, I am not sure what's unclear about that statement. Like, clarity is not the same thing. Clarity is not the same thing as spelling out a sentence. You can spell out, like, a very, very simple idea with, like, 10 different sentences, and that makes it even more unclear. And
so
at the same time...
treat them as idiots, like.
Wow, this...
Can you like give us more examples on what is being clear and what is being better, being like extra, you know?
Actually, yeah, that's a good idea. What's
I have given you, I explained it just now, right? So the part in which you want to spell things out are how your claims are a result of your premises. And the part where you don't need to be like extremely elaborative are definitions. So what you're doing here is basically defining what unemployment benefits are.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I do is, for instance, let's say I was writing this paragraph, and let's say I was making the argument that unemployment benefits are a bad idea. So I would begin with the sentence. I would begin with the sentence that goes something like, in some countries, unemployment benefits are excessive to the point of discouraging hard work. Full stop. There are a number of ways to go about doing this. I would use both factual premises as well as derivative premises. So I would lead with a derivative premise. So I would say something like,
What? Am
I breaking up again? Am I breaking up again?
Yes.
God,
Yes, you
immediately after you said like.
Yeah, you just said like, then it was blank. Then what?
Okay, just hold on a sec. Okay, yeah. So the argument is that unemployment benefits lead to a decrease in productivity, right? That was the argument I was trying to make. Okay. So a derivative premise would be something along the lines of
along the lines of what?
They have to. Yeah.
Mahin, you're breaking up.
Mahin, you're still breaking up.
Jesus.
Okay, or you know what?
Okay, I'll type it out. My ping is damn high.
All of us bloody need new internet. Holy crap.
Need what?
New internet.
My internet's okay. But I thought yours is also fiber.
Mine is like okay-ish.
Actually, nowadays, what isn't fiber? Who doesn't have fiber in this group? Hey, Reinhardt fire striked into my shield.
Not kidding. No.
I'm playing Diva in case it wasn't clear. I was playing Diva. I don't like penny hitboxer. It's Chinese responses.
Hello?
Hello? Is Mahin
Yo.
typing? Mahin is typing,
Yeah,
right?
I'm typing.
Mine's typing. Oh, okay. Wait, Mahin sounds fine now.
He's typing in case he it doesn't sound fine.
How about
Okay.
he types and says at the same time?
That is stupid.
Okay, fine.
Oh, I don't understand why people say there's like lots of shit at Chinese Garden, this Jack shit. I'm looking at it right now.
I'm pretty sure there's a ton of stuff in Chinese Garden, dude.
Ton of what Pokemon?
There's Chinese Garden is a Gyarados nest, but like
Everyone
it's like
no, dude, no.
enclosure.
It's not a nest.
What?
Yeah. Nani? Oh, the place where I see a shit ton of stuff. Oh, is mine typing? Oh, my hands are typed. No one's there to lure it. Yeah, I agree. There's a shit ton of stuff at
For me, it's
the
amazing.
CBD. Like the density here is insane.
Bruh, of course lah, it's fucking CBD. What do you expect?
Well, it's a crap ton of trash anyway, but there's like bubble sauce. There's like lots of. They have starters. There was a Flareon. There was a Flareon. Oh, it's still there.
Yo, there's a primate. Holy heck. Dicky long.
I don't know.
Like, how do you have like wild? Oh, I saw a wild Poliwrath just now. Like third evolution.
There was a Poliwrath at the Bishan Starbucks, like near Bishan Starbucks, but I couldn't be bothered to go. Like hunt it because I was going home like the week before. So like I was like, oh, whatever, fuck it. No matter, I've got like 90 evolve mine anyway. Evolve mine Poliwhirl into mine Poliwrath.
Lamar, wild Electabuzz.
Oh, you have War Electabuzz? You found War Electabuzz?
No, I'm just like
I
scrolling
had
through
Then-
good stuff.
Oh, the thing that pisses me off about the map I'm looking at, right, is Dratini is the same fucking color as the water. So it's like it's so hard to see.
Bro.
No, as in like the icons they use for Dratini is the same color as the fucking water.
Oh look, random wild Nidoking.
Closing down performing arts centers.
From Mahin's comments just now, I've more or less tracked down what's wrong with my
What's Mahin doing now?
what's
Mahin,
wrong
what
with
are you doing?
my
Typing.
paragraphs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's still typing, he's giving his huge ass answer.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, there's
Actually,
a shit ton. There's a shit ton of Magikarp here. I find Dojo more common than Dodo. Why is that?
Wait, how do you decide?
Yeah, Dotrio is more common than
Bro,
Dodo.
how do
for
you
some reason.
decide whether something's a nest?
Huh? A high concentration of it.
Four
Constant
mag-
spawns.
5
Constant spawns.
magmas in like
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
in
that.
like less than 100 meters.
Yeah, more or less. Why?
Okay.
Is Singapore a PG nest?
Oh,
Everywhere is a PG nest.
everywhere is a PG nest. That is accurate.
I'm into that. There was a Rhydon and for fuck's sake, the Dratini's and the water is the same color.
Oh, on the way home just now, I found two continues like Spider
Oh, this-
roadside. It's
Oh,
like,
that's
wow,
nice. That's nice.
It's like cool shit.
Yeah, CBD is high density. So high.
Much high.
There's like magma along the
Okay,
Marina
no,
Bay Golf Course.
holy heck.
Bulldog, Horsey. How's this Pokemon right here? It's a Squirtle, right?
Bloody hell. Botanic Gardens is definitely an execute nest.
Raise awareness of arts and improve arts. No.
Meantime, there's nothing near my fucking district. Oh, for fuck's sake, there's a Magikarp nest. Okay, fine. Whatever. The only thing good about nest is their source of candy, but other than that, the IVs are shit. So I feel less bad about myself. Also, there's a shit ton of there's a
IVs
shit
are
ton of
better.
Onyx.
IVs are
over-
better when you hatch eggs.
Yeah,
Just
no
saying.
shit.
Yeah, they are.
A lot better when you hatch eggs.
There appears to be a Venusaur Ang Mo Kio swimming complex. For fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Ang Mo Kio swimming complex Venusaur. I'm so salty. There's Onyx like up, down, left, right, Bishan Park right now.
Bishan Park is Onyx.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
where you get Onyx. No,
Yeah.
not Bishan
No.
Park. The Ang Mo Kio.
It's Onyx at Ang Mo Kio Town Garden West. It's Town Garden West cause I know cause I live here. There's a
Really?
pin shop. And yeah, nearby. And I'm checking on the map right now. Yeah, it's quite funny though. Ang Mo Kio Town Garden East and West don't actually have Onyx right now. That's quite weird.
Town Garden West.
Town Garden West, yeah.
I'm on it. I don't see shit.
Onyx.
What do you say was at Town Garden West?
Town Garden West is Town Garden West and East of Onyx Nest.
Oh wait, I saw a Snorlax icon pop up and disappear.
Yeah, the Snorlax just despawned.
Oh my god.
Are you using skip lag?
Huh? No, I'm
What?
using Blue Radar.
Okay, Rainbow Radar. I'm using skip lag. There's a yeah. If you scroll down slightly, right, you go to you try and look for Tavistock Avenue Park. It's like you know Ang Mo Kio Town Garden East, right? Just follow Ang Mo Kio Avenue 3 until you see Tavistock
Avenue
Park.
6, where's Avenue 3? Avenue 5, 4, 3, okay, yeah.
Okay, just go all the way to Tavistock Avenue, right?
Oh gosh, I see 2 Onyx.
Where?
At the end of Ang Mo Kio Avenue 3, where it joins with 1. With 2 Onyx in the park.
Where?
Oh, 3? Wait, 4?
You mean the yeah, the one in Bishan Park. Yep, 4.
Bishan Park.
Okay, now if you scroll all the way in the other direction, look for Tavistock Avenue Park.
Okay, there. Do you realize what I did in this particular paragraph?
Main countries.
I didn't finish writing it because
Can't be stuffed.
like I could go on, and this paragraph would probably take up like twice or thrice this size if I was writing it in a proper essay. But do you realize what I did here? First of all, I talked about how unemployment benefits may discourage hard work, but that's actually not what the bulk of this argument is about. Because like the idea that the more unemployment benefits you give to people, the less they work, this is pretty uncontroversial and there's no argument necessary there. The real argument is whether or not states should do this thing. And in this case, I'm obviously making the argument that states shouldn't do this thing. So I decided to expand the whole thing into reasons why states might provide excessive unemployment benefits and reasons why the states shouldn't provide excessive unemployment benefits. So the bulk of the argument here would actually be about like how this is unsustainable, and therefore, since it is unsustainable, there'll be some sort of trade-offs that are made to future populations of that country, and that's why this is not something we should do.
我了解.
Yeah. So, like, if you realize that your idea is shallow, then don't just stick with it. Like, deepen it. Find like bigger, like broader arguments to be made around that idea. And the idea that like unemployment benefits makes people lazy is pretty shallow. It's generally accepted. Like even the most welfarist countries know very well that unemployment benefits like make people lazy. There are some countries that think that unemployment benefits don't make people lazy, and that's because of the overestimation thing, which I dealt with in the first bit of that particular paragraph. But in other countries, like the governments know very, very well that like giving tremendous unemployment would mean that they're going to have a lot less employment, but they do it anyway. And the reason they do it is because of the ideological position they take, that like people shouldn't have to be forced to work in order to get like their essentials, because essentials are like basic human rights, and we should give them to everyone, regardless of whether or not they contribute to society, that sort of thing. Yeah. So there are very, very deep arguments to be made here. Don't just stick with like elaborating the excessively shallow point that like discouraging work happens when you give unemployment benefits. Okay, am I still breaking up now? Can I continue the rest of this?
Yeah,
fine,
you
right?
can continue.
You are like
Okay.
kind of okay.
Okay.
What he said.
Okay. While this seems like a noble scheme, some countries put so much money into this scheme that to many other people in the country it is more lucrative for them to remain unemployed and to continue to claim unemployment benefits, either due to the low wage in the jobs or the presence of a flow of income comes even without having to spend the effort to work. Like, we are going to excessive amounts of effort to prove that 1 plus 1 equals 2, while the question wants you to prove that, like, I don't know, some tangent cosine bullshit equals to this thing.
That's helpful.
Let's try.
You
Like,
talk about me. Oh, never mind.
if you think about this as basically a trigo proving question, you don't spend like the first 5 minutes like proving that principles of addition and subtraction are logical. So that's basically the problem here.
I see. Yeah, it should make more sense. Thanks.
Okay. In telling run, these people in telling run, what in telling run? You mean in the long run? In the long run, these people stay unemployed and the pool of unemployment only becomes larger year after year. The unemployment benefits that they get given also grow, increasing the tax burden of the unemployed and making the unemployed only able to blah, 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 blah. This only serves to worsen the economy as a larger proportion
Nice
of the young,
internet.
blah, 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 blah. As such, directing resources to the young is not enough. The resources have to be directed in wait, what? Wait, hold on. How's this? What does this have anything to do with unemployment benefits? Like, as such, just directing resources not enough as directed inappropriately.
Wait, how long is the
This
par-
is
我说清楚，
okay. I see the problem here. Here you are making the argument that we can't just give money to the young. We have to make sure that we are not spending money in bad ways. But why is that an argument? Like,
When the
who?
context of the question is
No, no,
between
no,
young
no,
and
no,
old.
no, no, no. Like,
Like, it's supposed to
first
be
of all, no, forget the context of the question. Why is it an argument? Who's going to disagree with you on the
Ah.
idea that we shouldn't spend money in bad ways? Like,
So is this platitudinous?
the question, like, we can have a discussion about whether or not this is a good or bad way of spending money. But what you're telling me here is that we should not spend money in bad ways. And then like you're giving me a 10 paragraph like elaboration as to why we shouldn't spend money in bad ways. I agree with you, bro. You need to tell me whether unemployment benefits are good or bad. And in this case you didn't make that argument. You just told me that like unemployment benefits reduce the amount of work. Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? Should we do this? Should we not do this? That's what this paragraph should be about. Even if you wanted to talk about unemployment benefits, which frankly I'm not sure is relevant to the question at all. And it's not lah. So okay, let's do the next one. Another argument is okay, you need to be very, very aware of like the exact argument that you're trying to make. Here the argument that you're trying to make is okay, like this is not even an argument, but the argument that you're trying to make is we should not spend money in bad ways. In that case, like you could have given me more elaboration as to how it is really, really detrimental to a country when money is misspent. Instead, I don't like spending so much time here talking about unemployment benefits and how unemployment benefits lead to laziness is actually quite like tangential to this exact question. So what I would have done is, if you want to disprove the scarcity point, right? If you want to show me that it is actually possible to benefit both the young and the old, then you can talk about how like presently there's money that's being spent in bad ways that's helping neither the young or the old. If we stop spending this money in bad ways, then we'll have enough money to spend on both the young and the old and make both parties happy. Rather than like having this long bit talking about unemployment. Okay? Let's do the next one. Another argument is that the government should allocate resources towards the welfare of the old. No, this is not an... okay, never mind. By providing funding schemes that lessen the burden on the old, it lessens the burden on the young to have to look after the old. Okay, why is every single argument like related to both the young and the old? Like, why aren't you having arguments that say we should help the young because like of just the young, and then you can prove to me why it's important to help the young and the old, or sorry, and prove to me why it's more important to help the young than it is to help the old, or why it's more important to help the old than it is to help the young. I think that's what the question wants you to address. Like, which of these two groups should we care about more? You see that, right? Like, instead, every single paragraph here says we should help the young because helping the young helps the old, or we should help the old because helping the old helps the young. I think these are valid arguments to make it, but first of all, they are avoiding the controversy, and second, like, you only do arguments where you help both parties after you've dealt with your primary party. So, like, oftentimes in debates, what happens is like, one side is supporting this party, the other side is supporting the other party. What both sides have to do in debates is to prove how, like, we should support this party because, first of all, we should support this party in itself, and we should not give a fuck about the other party because our party is more important. And then you can make the secondary argument that we should support this party because that means the other party gets benefited as well. Okay. By providing funding to schemes
you
schemes
fucking
that
kidding
lessen the
me?
burden on the old, lessen the burden on the
Oh
young,
my
you have to
god.
look after the old,
What's
especially in
happening?
societies where there's a strong concept of filial piety.
Jesus Christ.
Especially in societies where there's a strong concept of filial piety. This filial piety thing feels very shoehorned, like came out of nowhere. Schemes such as subsidies on caretakers or elderly homes allows the young to be able to focus on their own jobs instead of being constantly worried about. You make an argument about how government should allocate resources towards the old, and then your entire paragraph is only talking about the young. It's a bit weird. The young are thus better able to drive the nation better stats through their to a better state through their contribution to the economy. An example of schemes directed to the elderly that lessen the burden on the young is a scheme recently adopted in a few countries in Europe. The elderly are able to pay a subsidy, blah, blah, blah. This lessens the burden on the wallets of the young to pay for the... It's an unnecessary expression there. Lessens the burden on the wallets of the young. Just say lessens the burden on the young to pay for the care of the elderly. As such, they're able to fully focus on their jobs. Many of them are working, therefore directing up. This bit is actually just rephrasing everything you said, like not 2 sentences ago. So don't repeat yourself. Therefore, directing resources to sedate schemes that reduce the financial burden of. Why are you so bloody long-winded? Directing resources to sedate schemes that reduce the burden. Like, just go straight to it, lah. Therefore, reducing the financial burden on the old brings benefits to both the young and the old. Furthermore, in many countries, the elderly can easily be engaged through groups. The above paragraph is more relevant to the elderly that are unable to work and want to work and retire. The other group of elderly that are those that still feel that they're able to work and, I mean, obviously, like, that's the obvious logical other, right? Like, retirees and non-retirees want to rejoin the workforce. By allocating resources to welfare schemes that can facilitate this,
Oh, to be fair, if you read my essay, you'll probably finish that as well.
Why are you so...
But it's just funny.
With regards to the workforce, the elderly are actually viewed as an asset due to their numerous years of first-hand experience doing the job, as well as exposure to various problems they have during the job and how to solve them. As such, they're suited for coaching, tutoring role for first-timers in the job who are usually young. For instance, do you realize the problem with this argument? The problem with this argument is that, like, there's a content issue here. The problem with the elderly is that, like, their skills are irrelevant. So, like, young people today are needed because, like, young people can do things that elderly people have never ever done before, and that is generally the state of, like, the economy in most countries around the world. So, like, the problem is the elderly can probably teach the young people how to operate sewing machines, but young people these days don't need to operate sewing machines anymore. They operate the factory computers that run thousands of sewing machines at a time. So, like, this just factually problematic. But, like, never mind, for the sake of argument. For example, in Singapore, whatever that is, government is planning to remove the retirement age entirely so that people can retire as they wish. Just 1 sec.
By the way, I'm streaming this on Twitch, and I think Twitch is gonna ban me because they don't allow rape on the streams.
Wow.
Wait, they don't allow what?
Rape.
Oh, lmao. Wait, so who's streaming this? Wenhao.
Wenhao is playing Dota?
Oh, Wenhao is Dotaing. Oh.
I just got disconnected from the game because the server fucking died. I couldn't reconnect, but I'm still streaming.
Alright, okay. Governments are experimenting with welfare schemes.
Oh, I'm playing Space and I just linked up a clip.
Remaining employed after a
Good
certain
job.
age, as well as the companies that hire them. In these companies, the elderly are usually given supervising or training. You're just repeating yourself again, don't do that. Allowing new employees to get used to the job faster and better be able to perform in the job, thus allocating resources to welfare schemes that facilitate the re-employment of the elderly can benefit both the re-employed elderly and the young that gain from their tutorage. Overall, governments face limited resources. Kill me.
Okay, I just really linked up the clip again.
And amid the many areas in government welfare, trade-offs are unavoidable. Thus, regardless of whether resources are directed towards the young or the old, welfare schemes need to be of a certain nature in order to
Dude, I think if you read my essay,
in
like,
order to
I
offer
don't
overall
sustain
benefits
you.
apply to both the young and the old. While government may be forced to allocate resources to some counterproductive schemes in order to get rid of the population's approval and votes, there is no doubt the allocation of resources should be go to schemes of the nature that would benefit the young and the old.
How long?
Whole
How
essay
long
is
is the paragraph?
your whole fucking essay is an exercise in not writing it. Like this is
What the shit?
Genius.
Savagery.
Demolished.
Jesus.
Pokigo no burn kill yet. Rip you.
There are two major problems here. The first is writing. The second is argumentation, or rather the lack thereof. So
And basically, Mahin, but doesn't that basically mean the problem is everything?
yeah.
I
The
think
problem
all
is
the revives that every single Pokigo player has ever discarded will not be enough for you.
Okay, so firstly, his sentences are so back to more productive statements. His sentences are too long. That's the first point.
his sentences are too
Second
long.
point
Many
is
of his
he uses
sentences
some.
are entirely platitude.
And he's like dodging the question like dodgeball.
The third thing is that he is dodging the question.
But the
Like,
thing is
dodgeball.
argumentative, right? So the English part is sentence
oh yeah,
structure.
the sentence structure part has nothing to do with the.
Yeah,
so, for
yeah.
instance, you can have a perfectly argumentative essay and still have a problem of like bad sentences. So these are entirely distinct problems. So first, the problem of long sentences, one. The second is the problem of platitude, that's two. And third, the problem of like not writing a GP essay, that's three. So, like, let me put it this way: the question is like, is X more important than Y? And your entire essay is like X and Y, X and Y, X and Y, X and Y, everything. So yeah, those are the three problems with this essay. Ryan, you
You really what?
really should rewrite this. Okay, can someone else write me a paragraph? I want to read something not cancerous before I see it tonight.
Well, we have like
You're not getting that from any of us. You realize that, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason we're all begging you to improve our GP grades.
Okay, Mahin. After this,
Oh god.
after this round, I will try. Okay.
It's okay, like it's all relative, so
For you, what?
please remember that we still have 3 paragraphs on the docs waiting for your ass.
oh yeah, we have to
Yeah, but it's intro, so it's
No,
can't.
intros are fine,
Okay.
I'm gonna do those. Give me a second, I need to go pee and then I'll come back, then we'll do those 3 paragraphs.
Great.
Are the people who wrote those paragraphs around? Because if they're not around, then
I'm definitely around. Guan Kai is muted, but he may or may not be around.
okay.
He is on Overwatch, I think. I don't know if he's alive on Overwatch or not. He might be dead. Oh, he's alive. He's
Tired.
alive. He's alive, and he's playing Zen.
Inside.
Okay.
Oh, is that so?
I've got you in my sight.
Okay.
Oh,
Ah.
Oh yeah, so it's mine, holes, and Wenhouse, not plants.
Oh,
Okay, got demolished.
everyone's here. Okay. Yeah. Give me 5 minutes. I'll be back.
Holy shit, dude.
Shit, squids.
Holy shit.
wait,
Oh,
you got
I'm
35 for that? Like, this essay? Maybe the way the GP teachers mark is just different from like the way Mahin. What's the song?
Ha ha. Rip you. We will have him answer that in a bit, I guess.
When we get back to this episode of DC with Mahin.
Next time on Tearing Yourself a
With
New One.
Featuring Jedi.
Yes, I'm sure I'm better at this game than all of this grubs. I'm kidding, by the way, in case you didn't notice.
What?
If you better than all of us, then get the hell out of here.
Then all but Mahin.
Income inequality leading to market failure because you are richer than us in intellect. Therefore,
Wait, I'm
we
sorry.
should like value his time more than you. Therefore, it should go to us.
An objective moral standard.
Exactly.
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes, man. Here it comes.
What?
Wait, I don't get it. What are you trying to say? What?
I'm thinking of the correct word. We need to say them. What's it called?
Are you thinking of like? Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna try.
Hello.
Where did you
Did Mahin
go?
tell us to do anything?
No, he didn't.
We haven't started yet.
Oh. Are you too mega tilted?
Yes, I am very annoyed.
Wow.
Yeah. I hope I
Bye.
did decently. I'm sure I
Uh,
played decently this time.
you played decently, but decently in
Not-
this scenario was still trash, which is
Not well
basically
enough,
the
okay.
entire team.
Not
Wow.
well enough.
Jedi. Feet.
Quite scrub.
Shit my head, Jedi.
Spent so
Hi.
much time on my account, still can't get good at this game.
Dude, I'm
Also,
better than any of you here, except maybe one certain hero. And Joa at Junkrat. That's it.
No, yeah,
Those-
in nobody beaten my Junkrat.
I think one would be a Junkrat.
Nah,
I am horrible at Junkrat.
nah.
Basically, like I can only play offense heroes that
I
aren't.
can play Farah, get a quadra kill and blow himself up against the wall.
Dude, I did so well.
Guys, Nuremberg is BURG or BERG?
Can you use this thing called GOOGLE?
ERG.
What? BERG, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jedi. Thanks a lot, everyone else for helping out.
Okay,
I
okay, I get it. I get the message.
Okay, don't be so.
I greatly appreciate the help.
Don't be
I
so.
could never have finished this essay without you guys.
Okay, don't be salty.
I will credit you in the end of this essay. Creds to whining about badly written paragraphs.
Are we actually supposed to write now?
No. We are. I'm just writing an essay for Kavitan tomorrow.
Oh, I see.
Wait, the what?
No, nothing.
No, not-
Our
Our
teacher.
GP teacher, my teacher.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 10:29. It's time to sleep. Good night, guys.
I did.
Bye, Tuan. Bye, Tuan.
Hey, I was actually doing quite well, okay. And then like team decides I was playing Tracer, and then we have 2 soldiers on our team. 2 soldiers cannot kill a Torbian turret.
On Hollywood, which was like what I know, like you don't even lie.
Yeah, it's like open map. It's one of the most open maps in the game, and you decide that you can't kill a turret with.
Oh no, they couldn't kill it cause Symmetra. Symmetra is like the bean of trying to kill Torbjorn. Cause it's like you're like, hey guys, I'm gonna hit Tob. Oh my goodness, I'm being microwaved to death.
Draw.
Oh shit.
Pokemon from Pokestops are attracted to your place in Pokestops. Don't show up on the map, right?
Yeah, they don't.
They
Will you
don't,
come
right?
again?
Pokemon that are attracted by lures and incense don't show up anywhere.
No,
Not on the
yours.
maps.
No, they show up on
The-
they show up on the lure.
They show up on the lure like after.
Sorry, no. As in your Pokemon
No,
show up.
Leo show on the map. Leo show on the map.
Incense don't. Cause
Yeah,
incense
incense
are.
different. Incense is individual.
Incense?
Yeah.
Yeah, incense is exclusive.
Should I pop an incense now? I really like.
No, incense when you're walking.
Yeah, you need to walk. Wait, you need to walk. Do you even Pokemon Go?
No, but I just feel like popping one right now.
Incense when you are taking the bus from like Changi back inland.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I'm watching this S gag.
Wait,
video.
how do you get that one? How? How do you get that?
What?
Oh, interesting.
What?
That was a valiant attempt at humor. Good try. You have a effort.
我了解。Remind me laugh 1 hour.
Remind me, bot.
Remind me about 1 H2A. Nice. Yay. Oh my god, it's a plumbus. What is the exact function of a plumbus? First, they take the dingle bob and they smooth it out with a bunch of schleam. Schleam is then later repurposed for later batches. They then take the dingle bob and push it through the grumble where the fleet is rubbed against it. It's important that the fleet is rubbed because the fleet has all the fleet juice.
What's that?
What the?
Do none of you watch Rick and Morty?
No.
No.
Oh my god.
Oh, you're the only one free enough to do that.
Yeah, Paul, what the heck?
Oh, so I was reading out how a plumbus was constructed.
Guys, I'm watching this SGAG video on how the Hougang hotspot for Gyarados.
Oh yeah, some guy hide behind the wall and shot Snorlax.
Yeah.
Oh,
my
yeah, I
goodness.
watched it. I was there fucking funny.
Yeah, I watched it also. Oh my goodness.
Check out this man gif.
What?
Just click on the gif.
Finish him.
Oh, this.
Astounding. Rest in peace, Harambe.
Oh my god, is that Tuan? Is that Tuan? Oh my god. Like laughing
John?
loudly into his mic.
That's not me. I'm not
Oh, that's
laughing.
not you. Oh, sorry.
Tuan is not amused. Oh no. Does Jason Chan pray the gay away? What?
Oh my god, I'm fucking dead. Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
You look wrong with this, you know.
Get triggered.
Oh, is Mahin dead? It's taking so long.
Why do you even do something that stupid?
Wait, what's going on? What the hell? What's so funny?
No, I was looking at my WhatsApp. It's like Mad Panther going on in the WhatsApp chat.
Mad
And it's
Panther.
like basically this dude was like 1 and 2 HP kids are gay. Then there were like 2 HP kids in the group. 2 HP kids in the group. Like, so is it you or this guy? Then it's like and like he left it at that.
1 in 2 HP kids are gay. Oh dude. Okay, never mind. I cannot say it. They are council confidential. Cannot say it.
What?
Why council
Yeah,
got gay or gay?
Spill.
No. As in we just make fun of the HP councillors.
Oh, because they're gay?
No, cause they're HP.
Oh, yeah. No. Let me correct your statement. We make fun of HP because they're HP.
Okay, yeah.
Only add the
that-
counselor back.
Counselors because they're gay.
You don't really add the counselors into the statement. It's just it's irrelevant.
Where's
Make fun
Mahin?
because they're
What's he
HP.
doing? Is he like shitting? Because he said he just
Well-
went to the toilet to pee.
Maybe he fell down in the toilet and couldn't get up.
If that really happened, right, then you are going to hell, man.
Takes out for Mahin.
That takes off Mahin.
Hey. Well, he had his dick out when he fell, so it's.
Mahin takes off. Okay, wait. The assumption in H for HP is 1/3 is gay, 1/3 is retarded, the other 1/3 sluts. Yeah. That's the key assumption.
Wow.
Have you seen the HP party?
Die.
It
I'm
is actually
assuming it was an
cancerous.
orgy. I'm assuming
It
it's an
is
orgy.
actually cancerous.
Wait, what HP
Is
party?
it-
Context.
It's the HP party.
No,
I
is
have
it-
zero idea of what's happening in school.
Like they have it annually.
Is it an orgy?
Apparently some crazy shit happens there. There's alcohol and there's bang bang. bang.
Alcohol is to be expected.
Because
No,
to be
then-
expected. So are the
So then
sluts.
because of
Guys,
alcohol, there's
No,
some
those
bang
events open
bang.
wide
No,
open.
bang.
no. It would have happened with or without alcohol. That's not the
Yeah.
point.
Bro, how
that's
do you
not a-
put so much force into your slap that you spin 360?
No, it's a lot of momentum.
Yeah,
Momentum
you
is
just have a lot of
velocity, right?
momentum.
You see. When your hand is very, very fat, then
It's a lot of mess.
then M increases.
He goes MV and M is huge.
Therefore, there's a lot of impulse, which is
That's-
change
No,
in
it's not
momentum.
impulse because it doesn't hit anything.
Doesn't hit anything.
Yeah, it's not
But
impulse.
actually, it's morph.
Wait, I
It's
thought
conversion of it's
I thought
conversion
hit
of
the face.
chemical potential
talking about
energy
the
to
wrong
kinetic energy,
Dude,
which is
it's
half
obviously
mv squared.
Actually, it's morph, like the mass being centered, so you don't need a lot of force to spin.
No, because there's no transfer. There's no collision.
I thought it
no-
collides with the
there's no
face. I thought it
transfer.
collides with the face.
No, he missed. He dodged it. Do you see that?
Dodge
He
it.
squatted
He used
down.
some like MLG
just squatted down.
dodge.
Oh, this one.
Oh, you press control and dodge a snipe.
Press control.
Also, I'm pretty sure that's a she.
Crouch.
Yeah, confirm top.
No. Okay, you see, so there's a lot of chemical potential energy stored up in that arm of hers, right? So then at the moment she decides to strike, right, her brain sends signals to her arm, right, converting the chemical potential energy into kinetic energy, right, intending to transfer the majority of the kinetic energy to a slap. But because the guy dodges, right, the kinetic energy, there's the arm still has lots of kinetic energy, causing it to move in like one direction. So
And then the tension
And then momentum around
in the arm.
yeah,
the
momentum
tension-
carries the arm.
moment around the point.
The tension in the arm.
The
Why, the
circular
centripetal
motion provides the centripetal force. No wait, the
Circular
force of movement
Why?
provides the centripetal force required to keep the arm in circular motion.
Wait, I thought centripetal force
No,
is
the gravitation.
some force, and then and then like circular motion comes because of that.
Yeah.
And circular motion does
Yeah,
not
yeah.
provide the centripetal force because that's retarded.
No. That's not what I said. I said the gravitational force
Oh, wait,
exerted by the
where were we?
woman.
Where
The
were we?
gravitational guys, hear me out. The gravitational force exerted by the woman provides the centripetal force required to keep the arm in circular motion.
Yeah, this is why in remedial you're just saying.
Or it could be tension with you know the
Yeah,
fact
you
that
mean
his arm.
you mean the fat and the bones?
Yes.
That's true. It
Yo,
doesn't suit for
why are
high.
you guys here and why is Mahin deafening?
Oh, Ryan Hing tells me to tell him when Mahin returns. Too much chatter. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but
What
most
do you mean?
How do
I
we
should
get
be doing
here?
my
How
work.
do we,
Oh my
how do we get here? What are we doing now?
well, waiting for Mahin.
We're discussing the energy conversions of the slab.
Oh, no, what happened like at 10:30?
Mahin took a shit and can't get up.
Oh,
He couldn't wake up inside.
I got a parasite. 1.2k, Joel.
Okay, bro.
Hey, Joel is not impressed. He's got Lapras, and as far as he's concerned, that's all he needs in life. He don't need no Eunice if he got
No,
Lapras,
no, no,
man.
no. I didn't.
Hey.
Got a unit, man.
I ain't need no Lapras if I got Eunice.
Hey guys,
But I got a
guys,
Lapras.
guys. What time does con end on Thursday?
5:30 also.
Prodigy.
2:30 to 5:30. Same thing.
No idea because I end.
Both days 2:30 to 5:30.
Okay.
I end at bloody 3:30 on Thursday. I can't even go for the damn thing.
Same.
Rip.
And I end late tomorrow too.
Anyway,
My physics sure is not going to be coming tomorrow, and like and physics is like the last period. Then our teacher was like, "You all don't anyhow go home, sit down. I've got work for you." Then everybody was like, "Yeah, okay."
I don't know what's the source of that gift.
9gag.com.
No,
Okay, I'm just kidding.
What's the context?
But anyway, the last part in the chemical reaction is that when the woman falls in the water, appreciable hydrolysis happens.
Cause she's salty.
KSP greater than 1.
What? What?
Is it possible for KSP to be greater than 1?
KSP.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it
Possible.
is. I don't
But I
see why
think you
not.
wouldn't be using TSP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like high concentration, like sure, why not?
It's more of ionic product
Wait, you can
higher
only
than
use
KSP.
You can only use KSP until what?
Yeah, only use
Until
TSP
until
around
they
10
move
negative.
move you on to the next question, which
10
involves
negative 10.
hydrocarbons.
Around below 10 negative 5, you kind of can't use it already.
Oh, okay, I see.
Around
No, I
10.
wasn't laughing at my joke. I was laughing at something else.
I actually gotta sleep because I'm tilted. Bye bye.
Long. Good night.
Fuck, I really want to stay as well.
Yeah. I also
I've
got
been sleeping
Alright,
very late
nice.
recently, so I
What are we doing next?
Waiting for Mahin.
No, like
waiting for
what are
Mahin
we
to
doing
get up.
after Mahin comes back?
Will Mahin come back? Someone should check on him. Does anyone have his house number?
No. He's shitting. He can't answer the phone anyway.
How do you know he's shitting and not like collapsing in the toilet?
Because he's typing in
I
WhatsApp.
know he can't answer the phone.
Answer the damn phone.
Did you go to school or call it a suicide or accident?
They'll probably want to.
okay.
They'll probably go Patrick.
Oh, you guys are fuckers.
Oh, God.
Do any of you actually know the guy who walked off the building?
Triple kill.
Ryan, do you actually know who walked off?
I think we know the
We
name
know.
of the
You're
guy.
talking about Ringo. You're talking about that other girl.
Ringo. Yeah.
He was my ACS friend.
Yeah. Fuck's sake, man. Don't like bodies ain't even cold yet, man. Okay, probably yeah, but still, that's quite
Actually,
nasty
his body
thing
isn't
to
cold. He
say.
got cremated yesterday.
Right, so it's very hot right now.
Quite scorching.
You.
Yeah, you guys are assholes.
Do you go for the wake?
Yo, I don't even know
I
him.
didn't know him personally. Like just as it's just a generally asshole thing to do.
Mahin's 10 out of 10 quote. I hate it when people say words fail me. The words are fine. You are the failure.
Oh ho ho.
Oh god.
Mahin's 10 out of 10 quote. Don't say platitudes.
This is quite dank actually. Okay, thanks Mahin for providing me with my code.
Would I just repeat?
No.
Oh,
That's
god.
one.
Thanks.
Wait, answer. Wait, so what are we doing after he comes back?
We're gonna ask him about your question, and then we're gonna go on to Google Docs and do like a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, I'll leave after he answers my question. Or in 10 minutes.
This is actually incredibly time wasting. I should stop doing this.
That's my point. Just put econs and then do it at the same time, dude. What does mathbot do?
You type wait, what was it? Scroll up to like.
Yeah, it's basically Wolfram lah.
Don't say it, don't say it,
It's
don't
just
say it.
Wolfram. It's just Wolfram here.
Oh, it's just more from.
Don't give them Wolfram. You give them
How
Wolfram.
do I activate again?
Their map first.
Equal wolf. You press equal wolf and then you type out whatever you want. Like for example,
Wait, what's Mahin gonna do after he comes back? If it's not that important, I'm gonna sleep already.
Yeah, we should go sleep.
Yeah, let's go tomorrow, guys.
Thank you for that platitudinous statement.
Shout out, Jetty. Do our platitudinous statement.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Even makes sense.
Integral representations? What?
Equal representation. Proportion. What is it? Representative democracy.
yeah, there we go.
The shit is up with this bot that thing's on crack.
Wolfram Alfred didn't send a result back. Suck my dick.
Yeah, so Ryan is malformed.
So that's not established fact.
You know what? I'm disconnecting. I need to go and sleep.
Wait, Paul, just answer me one question.
Paul.
Can someone tell me
Rest in
why you need Wolfram to integrate 4x power 2?
It's showing me fuck's sake.
Because you're lazy as heck, man.
Because you can do the same thing, but with like 4x to the power cos x minus sine e to the power of x plus blah blah blah.
I didn't want to know why you said that.
What?
I currently have 17 Bulbasaurs.
What?
I
Why?
feel good.
Why?
17 Bulbasaurs and 2 Ivysaurs. Feel good.
Nice try, Ryan. Yeah, you had the first thing wrongly.
Okay, if that actually gets answered, that will be shocked.
Oh, what?
Oh my
Rest in
goodness,
peace.
that's amazing.
It's a
That's
freaking
amazing.
computer, dude. It's not like
That's
ready.
beautiful.
Oh, the range is not big enough. No. No, the range is not making a ball sack.
Shit, mate.
Okay, great.
Oh, God.
The range is actually supposed to make it a ball sack. Okay.
Guys, turn A times volume to max.
And when you're all out of hope, down at the end of your
No one's doing it.
To sing this
and
last chorus
nobody's there
together.
to throw you a line. If you ever get so low that you don't
Sorry.
Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, oh fuck. Huh?
You damn bored as shit.
What do you think? What do you think?
Actually, wait, what? No, actually no. Wait, no.
Come on.
Wow.
Maybe this is why he like crashed the last time.
Okay, sir.
You know this grows kinda old.
It's not a joke, it's a nice song.